Daddy issues. We all got them, right? Me, you, that one girl you met on Tinder who keeps calling you daddy and won't stop asking you to choke her out like you mean it. But nowhere is this epidemic more prevalent than in the MCU because, oh boy, do these characters have some of the most traumatic ass childhood memories. I mean, you can't throw a stick 5 yards in the MCU and not hit a prominent protagonist that's just in deep need of some love, some positive affirmations, and just a whole lot of therapy. Family therapists must be making bank in the MCU because the level of abuse that's just normalized over there would have you on your knees thanking the good Lord Jesus for your regular ass life, because while our lives might suck to the point where we seek comfort in the sad and pathetic parasocial relationships we have developed with strangers on YouTube, at least our dad didn't fucking impregnate our mom, put a tumor in her head and leave her to die while he went and fucked a bunch of other alien bitches, because Jesus Christ, Star-Lord, who the fuck did you piss off enough to end up with such a diabolical war criminal for a father? God damn. Okay, so for those of you that haven't watched the first two Guardians movies, to thought of one of the best trilogies in the MCU. In the opening shots of the first one, little baby Peter Quill is too much of a pussy ass bitch to watch his mom slowly die of cancer in the hospital, so he runs out and immediately gets abducted by Yondu and the Ravengers, a bunch of low-life alien bounty hunters. You know, I'm not really sure what they do, to be honest, but I think a big part of it is just stealing from other people in space. They raise him in space as one of them until he grows up to be a cool vigilante, thief, outlaw, space fuckboy type thing. You know, just the billionaire, playboy, philanthropist Tony Stark situation, but in space and illegal, but without the philanthropy and without the genius and without the billions, honestly. Essentially, Marvel made the same movie 4 times. Peter never really knew his dad, so the closest he had to father figures were his granddad and Yondu, and that's honestly all the context we need. Then the rest of the first movie happens, and at the end he's now the leader of his own group of even weirder alien low-life bounty hunters, miscreants, and straight up just space weirdos, or you know, whatever the fuck Groot is. Cut to the second movie and we finally get to meet Peter's dad. Apparently he's a celestial, which is an ancient being that's been existed what? Can't even fucking talk anymore. An ancient being that has existed since the very beginning of time, which is just a cool way of saying he's a puny small g god. His name is Ego, and unlike the other celestials in the cinematic masterpiece that was the Eternals movie, he doesn't look like a giant red demon from hell that's cosplaying as Trigon the Conqueror. He's just a big old planet with a giant brain at his core that can manipulate organic life, so he's able to create himself a humanoid body from the elements on his surface. So biologically speaking, Peter is part god in a sense, and as long as Ego is alive, he can access the same powers his dad has. In the process of teaching him how to use said powers, Ego explains how he came to Earth, fell in love with his mom, got her pregnant with him, and had to leave for incredibly vague reasons. Also, get this, he hired Yondu to pick up Peter and deliver him to his planet. And also, get this as well, he killed Peter's mom. That cancerous lump in her brain, yeah, that was her going away gift when he left her to go and impregnate other alien bitches. Apparently, he has this mission to plant seeds of himself on multiple planets across however many galaxies, so they cannot be subsumed by his substance and become one whole, one mind, one consciousness, all him. But his love for her was so great that if he didn't fucking kill her, he wouldn't have been able to focus on the bag. I literally have no words, bro. And you know what the fucked up part is? After revealing all that, he just so casually still tried to get Peter to help him out with his plans because he was the only one of his offsprings that actually inherited the celestial gene and didn't fucking die when he tried to share his powers with them. The way Ego just casually said he killed Peter's mom, the way he just so fluently and seamlessly just said it pained me to put that lump in her brain, just casually without expecting any fucking repercussions, is just some next level type of fuck you, to be honest.
It broke my heart to put that tumor in her head. What?
He had apparently been going through kids faster than the Liver King could gobble down a pair of cow testicles, and Yondu was the one delivering all these kids to their deaths for him. But apparently, by the time he got to Peter's turn, his bitch ass developed a conscience and decided not to deliver him to his war criminal of a father. I mean, I could go on, and I really don't want to. I don't. This shit is so fucking deeply disturbing, and I don't even know how to end this fucking section, to be honest. So I won't even bother. Fuck Ego, man. Fuck that nigga. The fuck? On to the next one. Now, speaking of old ass small G space gods with dead wives and resentful kids, Odin. This old ass nigga. You know he's literally the reason why Loki is such a power-hungry narcissist, right? He very foolishly raised his 2 sons by dangling the prospect of being king in front of both of them, while fully intending to give the throne to Thor because he's the legitimate son, and his bias was so fucking obvious, my guy. Like, so fucking obvious. Little fucking kid Loki himself could see it. Look at his face. Look at his fucking face. He knew he wasn't going to be fucking king. He was just trying his luck. Honestly, the odds of Loki becoming king go as low as the odds of you ever getting a girlfriend that loves you. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Okay, first of all, editing Weko, where the fuck you been, nigga? It's been like 4 videos. And second of all, fuck you, nigga. I don't know why you keep doing it. You know what? The same person, right? You're roasting yourself, my nigga. What the fuck? Hey, yo, what's up, Recorded Weko? You know, I just been around doing my thing, chilling. I'm kind of like a VIP on this channel, so when I come around, them niggas really appreciate my presence. And with regards to the roasting, you know I'm just a physical manifestation of your inner voice that just constantly ponders and thinks about all these things, right? I'm just voicing out your thoughts. So don't put this on me, nigga. This is just inner you, physically manifested. Gotta stop fucking talking to that editing Weko, nigga. Fuck! Alright, nigga, chill out. I'll ease up on the intrusive thoughts. Don't have a fucking existential crisis halfway into your video, nigga. Get back to work. God damn. Thank you. Fucking hell. I mean, take a look at this shit he said to the boys when they were just fucking kids.
Only one of you can ascend to the throne, but both of you were born to be kings.
Both of you were born to be kings. Nigga, if you don't shut your dumb ass up, isn't that just the biggest and most obvious fuck you one could ever give to a child? You could even see it in Kid Loki's face that he knew what was going on right from time. Okay, Mr. Odin, let's break it down. If only one can ascend to the throne, but they were both born to be kings, where the fuck is the other guy going to rule over? Huh? He gonna be the fucking king of Atlantis? Huh, nigga? What? You know, for all of Odin's acclaimed wisdom and years of experience, you'd think he'd know that filling up your first son. Hey, yo, why the fuck did I put that in the fucking scripts? What the fuck? Okay, you'd think he'd know that filling up your first son with all that pride at such a young age. Hey, quick by the way, subscribe to my Patreon so you can get access to the video scripts, but more on that later at the end of the video. While actively gaslighting your illegitimate son might not have been the smartest or most reasonable thing to do, especially in the long run, but what the fuck do I know? I'm not the fucking All-Father and King of Asgard. So obviously, this led Loki to become resentful, spiteful, devious, power-hungry, and led Thor to become a narcissistic, egotistical, boastful, and all-round fucking entitled and pretentious jackass from LA that flaunts daddy's money in everybody's face every chance he gets. Because the number of times he reminds everybody that he's the son of Odin in this first movie is actually fucking alarming. Earlier, I mentioned that Thor was the legitimate son, which implies that Loki is a bastard. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is. Did you see how he dismantled the Avengers in their first fucking movie? But all that aside, legally speaking, he's more of Odin's adopted son than he is a result of an unholy and infidelous union between Odin and the mistress out of wedlock. So here's the deal. In the final battle that the Asgardians fought against the Frost Giants, after they won and the Giants were retreating, Odin just casually walked into a temple, found an abandoned fucking baby, took that shit and was like, yeah, this is our shit now. The fucking disrespect, bro. The nerve of Odin to not only take their primary source of power, but also kidnap the son of their leader as well. Fucking gangster shit, man. And to make things worse, he didn't fucking tell Loki. He was just seemingly slightly prejudiced against him while being oddly favorable towards Thor throughout his childhood. Then when he grew up, he found out by himself and had to force the truth out of Odin. Then after essentially telling him that he kidnapped him as a tactical and political move to blindside the ops, but later disregarded that plan and now has no use for him, Loki immediately starts spazzing out because he just found out that it's essentially a war trophy that his father now has no use for. Then Odin immediately falls to the floor and enters a fucking coma, or as it's more commonly known, the Odin sleep.
Why you favored Thor all these years? Because no matter how much you claim to love me, you could never have a frost giant sitting on the throne of Asgard.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
Bro entered a coma just to avoid the damn conversation. He actually gave Loki the impressive version of, sorry, I didn't see your text, bro. Damn! I mean, it all worked out for Thor because he got banished to Earth, met Jane, got some head, and immediately became a better man. But Loki, on the other hand, faked his death, got an off-screen deal with Thanos, went to Earth, became an absolute menace, dismantled the Avengers before they could even fucking assemble, and almost got away with it too, if it weren't for those meddling, middle-aged adults. I mean, the boat eventually got haphazardly mismanaged by the incompetent writers of Phase 4, leading them to being emasculated, humiliated and undermined in both of their own solo Phase 4 projects. So, compared to that, did Odin really do that much damage on these two boys? Yes, the answer is yes. Yes, he did. Alright, it's finally here. Time for the one you've all been waiting for. And if we're all being honest here, the reason half of you all clicked on this fucking video to begin with, the big purple genocidal space bastard himself, Thanos, collector of stones and father to colorful space bitch number 1 and colorful space bitch number 2. I mean, collector of stones and father to Gamora and Nebula. So that's 2 more members of the Guardians with equally diabolical dads, if not worse, because while Ego did put a fucking tumor in Peter's mom's head, at least he didn't slaughter half of his species just because and systematically replaced 80% of his organic humanoid body with cybernetic enhancements because he kept losing in a fight to his more determined and selfish sister, which, by the way, Thanos might have been the asshole that kept on experimenting on Nebula, but Gamora was the inconsiderate bitch that kept beating her in fights and never even thought for one day that maybe she should let her sister win so that their dad doesn't fucking rip her eyes out of her socket and replace it with 3D printed optical sensors. Yet she wonders why Nebula hates her guts so fucking much. Now, back to Thanos. I mean, on top of being the biggest menace in the MCU, he might just have to go in with the shittiest father award as well, because the way he systematically fucked up his 2 adopted daughters needs to be studied by the CIA in their fucking advanced torture division or whatever the fuck it's called. And that's not even an exaggerated joke, because he literally tortured Nebula right in front of Gamora just to get the location of the Soul Stone so he could go throw Gamora off a cliff just to get that shit. God damn, nigga. Everywhere you turn, Thanos is finding new ways to abuse his daughters. I honestly don't know how Space Child Protective Services didn't pack his popular sub before 2018, to be honest. It gets even more fucked up when you realize that the physical and emotional abuse Thanos put Nebula through made her seek his validation even more. Now, there's definitely a whole tangent in here on the connection between girls that like emotionally distant boys and their daddy fetishes, but I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, so I think we'll just start wrapping up the video now. I know there are a bunch of other shitty dads in the MCU, but it seems like the Guardian characters got the worst of the worst, because even Rocket's dad is also a fucking piece of work. But that's about all the psychological manipulation and abuse I can stomach for one video, because I am done, bro. Seriously though, who let James Gunn cook while he was writing these Guardians characters? Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm going to go hug my dad now. Subscribe to my Patreon for access to my video scripts, the ability to decide what video I'll make next, and a uniquely personalized name tag beside your name at the end of my videos. Link in the description. Hug your dads. Don't take advantage of that poor girl on Tinder, she's got daddy issues. And yeah, that's about it. Later, niggas.